Welcome dear children for the online class. Today we continue to read the poem John Brown written by Bob Dylan. We'll continue with the second half of the poem. Poem stanza number 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. We'll complete it today and thereafter I'll give you some homework, an assignment. Sometimes I may send the assignment in PDF form to be uploaded. So get ready children. Wish you a very happy day today.
Now the seventh stanza. Oh, his face was all shot up, and his hand was all blown off, and he wore a metal brace around his waist. He whispered kind of slow in a voice she did not know, while she couldn't even recognize his face. Oh Lord, not even recognize his face. The face of her beloved son also she could not recognize. Why? Now the seventh stanza's side heading can be given as John's disfigured face and crippled frame shocked his mother. The mother of John Brown was shocked to see that her son's face was greatly damaged by shooting. He had lost one of his hands. He wore a metal brace around his waist. He spoke very slowly in a manner that his mother could not recognize his voice. In fact, she could not even recognize his face, so disfigured it was. Her tall and handsome son was so disfigured, on whom she was so proud. Today she could not even recognize his face. This is the sacrifice of the military persons at times. So now we go to paragraph or stanza number 8. Oh, tell me, my darling son, pray tell me what they done. How is it you come to be this way? He tried his best to talk, but his mouth could hardly move, and the mother had to turn her face away. Imagine. For 8th stanza we can give John's battlefield ordeal and his lament plunged his mother in a sea of grief. So when he tells this, or when she sees herself, she is so much grief stricken. The proud mother now is grief stricken. Mother was anxious to know what they had done to him and how he was so grievously hurt. John tried his best to talk, but he could hardly move his mouth. His condition was so bad and repulsive or hateful that even his mother turned her face away. So disfigured her son's face had become that even his mother turned her face away from him. Number 9. Don't you remember, Ma, when I went off to war? You thought it was the best thing I could do. I was on the battleground, you were home acting proud. You wasn't there standing in my shoes. Okay, son's reply, though not in a very proper manner, but he must have spoken these words to his mother. What side heading can be? John narrates how he lost his sense of purpose when he had either to inflict death, how he felt when he went there. So, number 9, John reminded his mother the time when he went to war and how she thought it was the best thing that had happened in his life. He said that while he was in the battlefield of war, she was at home pretending to be proud. He wished she should have been there in his place to know what fighting really was. Okay. Number 10. Oh, and I thought when I was there, God, what am I doing here? Am trying to kill somebody or die trying, but the thing that scared me most was when my enemy came close and I saw that his face looked just like mine. Oh Lord, just like mine. John Brown feels the affinity with the soldier against whom he had to fight. Okay, so he sees the similar face. He has the affinity. Affinity means we feeling. He feels that the enemy soldier is exactly like him. So he had the affinity. That is the side heading, children. Now John Brown feels the affinity with the soldier against whom he had to fight. So John said that when he was on the battlefield, he wondered what he was doing there, trying to kill somebody or die doing so. He got frightened when the enemy soldier came and stood in front of him. He found his face resembled his own face. There was no difference. It scared him, made him frightened, and made him think in what way he was his enemy and why he should kill him. Isn't it? Because of his affinity towards the enemy soldier who was exactly like him. Number 11. And I couldn't help but think through the thunder rolling and stink that I was just a puppet in a play, and through the roar and smoke this string is finally broke and a cannonball blew my eyes away. Number 11. With death so near, John Brown's mind wavers. It left him perplexed. Okay, this can be the side heading. Because a bomb blast took place exactly near him and he was about to die, therefore he is really perplexed. So the side heading can be, with death so near, John Brown's mind wavers. it left him perplexed. On realizing a kinship or affinity with the enemy soldier, John could not help thinking, in the midst of continuous gun roar and stink, that he was just a puppet in a show controlled by someone else from afar. At that time, in the loud noise and smoke, he failed to play his part, and a cannonball took his eyes away. He could not play his part means he was not able to concentrate his mind what he was to do in that particular situation. These lines clearly express anti-war sentiments. Soldiers are mere puppets. They kill or get killed without knowing what cause they were fighting for. Therefore, the last stanza now, children. As he turned away to walk, his ma was still in shock at seeing the metal brace that helped him stand. But as he turned to go, he called his mother close and he dropped his medals down into her hand. The desire of his mother, the son tries to fulfill. So, last stanza heading can be John trudges home, means returns home, passing off his gallantry medals to his mother. Both means who? Mother and son reflect if the war had any purpose. So John Brown turned away to walk. His mother was still in a shock. She continued to stare at the metal brace around his waist that helped him stand up. As he turned to go, he called his mother to come close. As she did so, he dropped his medals down into her hands. These medals are the symbol of so-called glory won in the war. But the price paid for these medals is too high. The poet thus debunks the notion of the romantic attractiveness of war. So, in a real sense, this particular poem is an anti-war poem. It denounces the notion of war.
So, we complete the poem John Brown, written by Bob Dylan. Just after this, I want to show you the video in which Bob Dylan has sung this particular song, John Brown. Hope you'll enjoy. Continue.
To war, to fight a foreign shore. His mother was so proud of him. He stood so straight and tall in his uniform and all. His mother's face broke out into a grin. She said, son, you look so fine. I'm so glad you're a son of mine. It makes you proud to know you were a guy. says lots of medals you will get. We'll hang them on the wall when you get home. There's a truth around, just now we give a shout. Telling everyone in the neighborhood, let's go send somebody go. He's a soldier, now you know. She will show her leaves understood. She got a letter once in a while, and Facebook gave her a smile. She showed us with the people from next door. She bragged about her son and his uniform and gun. And this thing she got a good old fashioned war. The seems to come for a long time, it did not come. It seems to come for a long time, not so more. Then that I found the king, so don't die beneath the tree. The sun is coming home from the war. Now she's standing right down, she got broken all around. She could not see a soldier's son inside. But as all the people passed, she saw a son at last. And when she did, she could not believe her eyes. Oh, his face fell shut off, and his hands were blown away. He wore a metal brace around his waist. He whispered kind of slow, in a voice she didn't know. She didn't even recognize his face. She said, oh, Madonna, son, Lord, tell me what they've done. How is it you came to be this way? He tried his best to talk, but his mouth could hardly move. And his mother had to turn her face away. Don't you remember when I went out to war? You thought it was the best thing I could do. I was on the battleground, you were home acting proud. You were there standing in my shoes. And I thought when I was there, Lord, what am I doing here? Trying to kill someone or die trying. But the thing that scared me most, when my enemy came close, I saw that his face looked just like mine. And then I couldn't help but think through the thunder roll instinct that I was just a puppet in a play. And through the rolling smoke, that string had finally broke, and a cannonball it blew my eyes away. When he turned away to go, his mother acting slow, as she saw the metal brace that helped him stand. And as they turned to leave, he pulled his mother close, and he dropped his medals down into her hand.
So, children, wish you all the best. God bless you. Bye.